Unmute. Fabulous. Good.
I'll check some.
Thank you. How nice. Oh, it's beautiful tonight, sweethearts. Hello, hello. I'm going to make this just a little bit of an adjustment here. Thank you, sweetie. Love this. Good. That's great. Fabulous. Here we go. So many happy things to share today. Hi, Kat. It's good to see you. I'm going to send you a heart too. Let me see if I know how to do that. This is a heart. Maybe I did that wrong. Let's see. We have so much beautiful, happy spring things to share. That's for you, Kat. Hi. Did I say that correctly? I'm going to throw on my glasses and begin to just say hello. I am really into creating, I'm sorry for that little tiny wobble, very hyper real spaces. Can you hear me okay? I just want to make sure you can hear me, sweetheart. Hi, MJ. Oh, Jessica, it's so good to see you. How's our audio today, darlings? Are we doing well? Good. That's fabulous. Thank you, Kat. Okay, sweeties. So it's raining. Can you hear that? It's beautiful. And I'm, like I said, my words for 2020 are hyper real. And my other words, I'm going to take a little video of us chatting right now so I can show you on Instagram what we look like with our rain-soaked day here. Hi, everybody. Say hi. Oh, Instagram has got me so challenged. They took away my music sticker, and they've been editing my stories when I use the words you and tube. I've been to this frat party before over there on Instagram. I know those boys. I understand very deeply the situation that goes on over there with Mark Zuckerberg. And I think that he has his little frat, has a challenge with the Google frat over here on YouTube. So I understand that IGTV is their idea and solution for YouTube. I think there's no comparison. I prefer it over here so much. So I have been disciplined with the music sticker ruthlessly ripped from me. Oh, sweeties, I'm not wearing my wedding ring today. Oh, well, let's have a little sip together. We'll say hello and we'll jump in. We have incredible, fabulous things at our Coven Circle space today. It is such a beautiful, gorgeous day. And I'm feeling my springtime feelings as this is a very good Friday. I always marvel at how the weather descends on Good Friday before Easter. It's pretty spectacular, isn't it? Cuties, I'm going to say hello because so many of you are flying into the nest, which I love so much. Aww. Oh, thank you so much. I have not met you before, Rushes. Darlings, I'll begin at the beginning and just tell you that I'm to share with you that dear Jessica reached out to me in DMs this morning when I was still in my pajamas and is sending some really sweet candles my way so we can still create our candle lighting ceremonies. And I just want to send you so much love, Jessica, from the entire Worldwide Coven and tell you we love and appreciate you so much. I humbly and gratefully accept that kind, beautiful gesture. My loves, we begin like we always do, together, striking a match and lighting a candle for the collective, to alert our spirit guides that we're here, we're open, we're listening, and we're ready to receive the messages that are meant for us. And another really extra special candle for my subscribers, you sweethearts. So many of you that fly into this live stream are subscribers, and I'm so honored and blessed to have this beautiful chartreuse green candle to create a candle service for you today. Not a subscriber and want a gorgeous candle service with every single video? Tap that subscribe button and hit the bell, because I just am doing more and more over here in my nest on YouTube, which I adore. And let's just dig right into our session, cuties. Isn't this a pretty scene today? I just love it so, so much. Where in the wild world is everyone today? I'm going to do this different. I'm going to start, I think, at the bottom. Hi, Paige. Oh, I'm so, so happy that you're here. Ooh, you're having the Meyer lemon brew. That's fabulous. I cannot wait to show you this brew today, which Bird and Boone created. And I say this all the time with my videos. All of this is for them. All of this is a love letter to them. And so when they humbly create a witch's brew or conversation or report a creep in the chat, it's just, it means so much to me. All right, cuties. Hi, Crystal, and hi, Lisa. Oh, you're here from Missouri. That's fabulous. So is Jessica. Hi, Colorado Springs, Crystal. Hello, Nancy in Santa Monica. Oh, goodness, Kat, you're here from Poland. Thank you for reminding me that. Hello, is it Lana that's here from Berlin? Hello, Lana. I'll call you Lana if you want me to. All right, Paige. Yes, I'm so happy you're drinking that brew. So fabulous. Aw, Jessica, you're so amazing. MJ, yes, everybody's giving special shout outs for the love. The chat finds its way to catch up, just like our picture becomes a sweeter stream as your information and my information dovetail together and create a stronger, wonderful hug of information. Your bites and my bites, right? Your energy and my energy. So, my loves, we've lit our candles. Let me tell you a little bit about this brew. And I want to do this with a little bit of an order today because I'm so inspired. I had a really challenging day in what is called the Silly Quarantine by one of the most incredible artists that's in my life now. And I will be sharing their work in just a moment. I had a really rough day in all of these works yesterday. And I was just feeling that collective sorrow. I was feeling the collective, and still am feeling the collective responsibility and grief for the souls that are departing their animal bodies now with COVID-19. And I'm feeling so grateful for my family's health. And I'm feeling the deep responsibility that I have as a witch to hold space for the folks that are dearly departing. And they're doing it different, like no other moment, I believe, in the story of humanity. They're doing it globally and singularly. When these people leave their animal body, they aren't surrounded in a circle of love, physical love from their loved ones. But we surround them, we surround them in the psychic love of our worldwide coven. So I felt the huge responsibility of that yesterday, and other personal challenges that just fell upon my yoke, fell upon my shoulders in a way that hasn't happened quite yet. Every day's different in this isolation. I'm hearing a bird singing their song in the pouring rain outside. Can you hear the rain? Isn't it beautiful? Things are changing rapidly, constantly. And having that difficult, challenging day yesterday and kind of even sharing that, it sort of flew in with this way that music exited that frat party of Instagram. Excuse me 1 second. I want these lights to be just a little bit better over here, sweetheart, so you can see everything nicely. It takes me just a second to make this adjustment. There we go. I want you to be able to see this because the cloud cover is shifting constantly. So through all those challenges, I persevered, and I even did something very, very different for me. I shared my experience. I shared what was happening with me because I take my space very seriously, and I have truly an ocean of folks that are differently able, disabled, and an absolute flock of HSPs that are in this space, highly sensitive people. I take very seriously my responsibility of consent when I speak about things that could be deemed harmful. And I sometimes delay my grieving. I sometimes delay sharing the part of me that's in sorrow. I'm learning. I'm 54 years old and I'm learning every day. So yesterday I decided to be brave and share myself a little bit in missing so many things because the music stopped, where I express myself in music and art so much. When that happened in my Instagram stories, a lot of other things happened at the same time because it was leading up in these moments of frustration where I have had strange things happen in my stories where I will create a beautiful tapestry of words and a collage of words, and just YouTube will be taken out of the words. It's very disheartening and frustrating and painful. So I shared that I was missing things yesterday, and it's freed up a lot of space in me that I let that flutter out. And with it, there was just so many tears and so many feelings that rushed forward. I'm going to have a little sip of this brew now, honeys. And what flew in was the knowledge that spring is here. And it came through because I have a local friend that's an artist who rocks my world. And they have the most incredible practice, and they have the most incredible full embodiment of work that they create with themselves as the canvas. And they brought someone into my life, and it really showed me that Edgar and I created a video this week, and we talked about artists and part of the video that lift up our magic and lift up our spell work. So I made a more complete list of folks that are lifting me up and giving me springtime feelings. And inside of that, I'm really happy and ready to share that with you. So super snaps for Edgar Fabian Frias for being an incredible artist and for creating a collaboration based on me behind the scenes saying, honey, let's collaborate. Let's somehow create videos that we share with a similar theme for ancestral protection. And I really have to put it out there for the way that they created this wonderful solution with a Zoom chat that we captured through them. They came up with that divine idea for us to do that. And I hope you enjoy that. It's a whopping hour and 20 plus minutes. So take it in small bites if you'd like to, or you can gorge yourself and enjoy the whole feast all at once if you choose to. But Edgar, I adore you. Thank you so much for being in this incredibly precious to me worldwide coven. Thank you for being in my life. I adore what we created. I love you more. So here we jump into a wonderful poem to tone our space and our experience. And then we'll consecrate ourselves and our embodied spell here for our live stream, talk about the witch's brew, talk about some incredible artists, and throw some MoonTarot, shall we, honeys? So happy Good Friday. Friday is good. I give you, by Amy Gerstler, In Perpetual Spring. Gardens are also good places to sulk. You pass beds of spiky voodoo lilies and trip over the roots of a sweet gum tree, in search of medieval plants whose leaves, when they drop off, turn into birds if they fall on land and colored carp if they plop into water. Suddenly, the archetypal human desire for peace with every other species wells up in you. The lion and the lamb cuddling up, the snake and the snail kissing, even the prick, excuse me, of the thistle, queen of the weeds, revives your sweet belief in perpetual spring, your faith that for every hurt there is a leaf to cure it. Oh, thank you, Amy Gerstler. Nothing could be more perfect for our session today. But speaking of that radical, bright joy of spring and spring medicine that cures our hurts with every leaf. Oh, I love this space. I love what we are creating here together. And I just adore and honor all of your presence here. We're doing unique magical works together. And I made a mistake. It flooded into my consciousness that I said, and a crow just flew over. Did you see the shadow cross my face? I said that Jessica created a gift of candles for us. And Jessica, you know I adore you, sweetheart. It's Teresa that sent this gift today. And it's Teresa that I was chatting with behind the scenes. Jessica, I adore you. And I've loved our conversations this week too. And sweetheart, it flooded into my consciousness. Maybe you're talking about it in the chat, but dear precious Teresa is the one that sent the gift for our coven of candles. Thank you, Teresa. I'm so excited that just flooded into my mind when I talked about the bright spring blessings, because I'm thinking about the radical intensity of spring. This is no soft, gentle, cushioned experience of spring. Spring is radical. Spring bursts through frost. Spring is intense. Spring is about coming back to life from death. So I am realizing now that somehow this coven rushed in and gave me that knowing, that deep knowing that it was you, dear Teresa, that sent us that gift. I hope you're with us live right now. Now I'm going to take a peek and see how our interaction is going. Sweethearts, is Teresa. Yes, you're here. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so excited. Are you the one that burst that through the crust of this brain? I'm excited that I have it now. Oh, and CWP19, you're here. Happy spring, my darling love. You are in my heart and soul so, so dearly and deeply now. Hi, cuties. Okay, so there's more of us than normal. Yes, thank you, MJ, for being so kind to Teresa and everyone that's here. Hi, Martin. It's good to see you. Oh, and this is cute. You're saying that you're Cynthia. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so anyways, Ever, you're here, my love. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to post about your beautiful works behind the scenes on Instagram. And now I know why, because dear hearts in our coven, let's please give some beautiful super snaps and ASMR soft love around the mic for Ever, who is here, that creates a beautiful product, which is Ever's Handcrafts. And they were featured in Voyage LA this week. And that's what I'm going to post on my Instagram story. So you can see more of Ever's work straight from Ever's sweet lips. I'm so glad you're here, cutie. And hi, Cassandra. I'm so happy you're here. Everybody go rush over and follow Cassandra on Instagram. They're a wealth of knowledge as a therapist. And I can't even. Your ancestral protection spell was utterly divine. A bright, gorgeous altar of flower petals and magic, which matches our beautiful perpetual spring poem for this morning. So, darlings, today we're bursting from the egg. We are using what is violent force to go from that baby space and burst into our bodies from the egg. And we're pushing through, and we're doing that with pleasure. We're doing that with the cushion of our tears, with the knowing that love always holds pain, that trauma can always be healed by the leaf to cure it. And I have to share with you that one of the ways that I'm finding lots of pleasure right now is in chocolate. So let me just fix this screen so you can see this beautiful chocolatey brew today that was created with my sweetheart kiddo's hands from my interlocked magic that all of us deserve. This is a Good Friday. And for some of you, it's Good Friday, and many of you Passover. And I'm holding space for all of our spiritual complexity in this space. This is a Friday, which is good. And so our brew is got a chocolate cacao base. So delicious. Bird tenderly took 3 bunches of mint and hand washed every leaf. This is a very big deal. I honor every single leaf that Bird washed for us for this brew. Boone filled up the cauldron of our pot and simmered it on low. Bird placed those 3 great fistfuls of hand-loved and cleansed and purified mint leaves into the pot. We utilized straight from my apothecary 1 star anise into the palm of Boone's hands and 2 allspice, and into the brew they went, where Boone stirred them 13 magical times in an anti-clockwise circle, and I'm pretty sure that he captured himself stirring the brew because they're so great with helping me with my weekly witch vlog. I hope you're enjoying that. And we also put in, I did with my left hand, 3 giant shakes of cayenne pepper. And Boone added 2 great tablespoons of chocolate agave nectar. And I put in a tablespoon over the top of cacao powder. And then we used 1 single handful of coconut, right? So we have many modalities together that represent our worldwide coven. And my loves, it's so damn delicious. Look at these colors. Is that heaven? And I had to drink deeply from my Wedgwood china. That was my wedding china. So this is the pattern that we used called India. Isn't that beautiful? Don't we love those beautiful flowers? I just love that. Heaven. I am feeling really moved and touched by the fact that this unique and radical hyper real magic keeps pushing into focus. We're co-creating this magic together. And today I'm feeling super generous, and it's kind of a holiday weekend. So I'm going to put a recipe for this witch's brew in the description of this video later this afternoon. So all weekend, you're welcome to open it. I wanted to dig right in and tell you, if you have a body that can handle devouring chocolate, this is a great weekend to do that. So really, let's gorge ourselves in all things that are created with chocolate. I will be indulging and consuming one of my favorite films in the whole wide world called Like Water for Chocolate. Do you know this film? It's incredible. It's beautiful. Every scene is a feast, and it's about feasts. And it's about how we prepare feasts with our heart's messenger, which are our hands. And we feed into the open lips of our loved ones, the feast that we create with our heart's messengers. This is one of the most beautiful films in the whole wide world, and I love it so much. There's always room for more magic, even if we can't be those people that used to be able to just run right to the store to grab ingredients as we felt like it, all alone in our cars moving around. Things are changing. And spring is about change that we can see. It's alchemized change from the death of winter that had the audacity to harden and create an aqueous life in a shell of an egg, and create space for this egg to incubate and warm, and that aqueous life to take shape in a body. And that body wanted to go and tell its story and have its dream come true. So it violently found a way to burst from that shell and out into the wild world. And that's what we celebrate today. We celebrate the change that death brings. We celebrate this together. So apply lots of chocolate and let this change be what's here, not worshiping the past, being utterly present with that change. Ah, so much love. I actually need one of my babies to bring me my atmosphere mists. They've been traveling all over the house. We've been misting everything, as I was in such deep and radical sorrow yesterday that I was just dousing myself in a gossamer halo of my atmosphere mist. Sweetie, I believe that they're over near the tarot table in those shelves. Boone's bringing them to us right now. So yay, thank you, Boone. Do you see the trio over there, my love?
Yep.
Good. Thank you so much. So I'll take a little sip, loves. Thank you, honey. Huggies. See this sweetheart here? Magic is real, honeys. You should have been there for the spell that I cast for this creature. Love you. Thank you.
Too.
And tell Bird, thank you so, so much
Yeah.
for helping with the brew today. Okay, darlings, we're going to begin with protection. This is atmosphere mist. In resist mist, we shake well and sound the bell, which activates our spell. I cannot wait to share with you the radical creative geniuses and the spell prompt that we will utilize starting today till next week in celebration of our ancestral protection spells that we created together. I do feel cushioned by ancestors and their bones. I needed to face their death. I needed to consume that space within the depth of the earth and the death of their body that knit my bones together. And it's no wonder that I found myself in radical sorrow on a Thursday, Jupiter's day. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to create my witch vlog because Edgar and I, really, that was a Herculean task. Oh, I'm so, so sorry, cute hearts. I'm going to turn off this sound right here on my telephone. I apologize. Please forgive me. And I was sure at one point, as my sorrow rolled on and on, that Edgar's Herculean task of collecting the works that we created from a pretty mammoth position. I don't know if anybody's consumed all of that ancestral protection spell. Plus, I created an ASMR style session to support it. And Edgar has a beautiful tarot spread over on their YouTube channel as well. I thought to myself, that's a vlog. That's a vlog right there. That's vlog enough. And then the sorrow needed to be heard. The cries, the animal cries needed to be heard. So I honor my ancestors. And I honor the way that they showed up very quickly in Cassandra Solano's space. When they cast I believe was one of the first few ancestral protection spells that we cast utilizing the hashtag AMMCoven2020. So thank you for that, Cassandra. Cassandra asked us, and you're very welcome to come to their space. You'll see a glorious, very bright, very hyper real altar created with bright flower petals, which is their ancestral protection spell. And Cassandra has a prompt for us to let us tell the story of our ancestors. And I needed to be inside of the space of my very hard Scrabble and utterly poverty-stricken working class relations that have been with us forever. My father's the very first person that ever went to college anywhere in our ancestral lines. And he barely made it through. It's a miracle, really. And my ancestors, in their need to survive and thrive, colonized North America. and did it from a tall ship, which one of my relations has created a book about the tall ship that my ancestors came over on. So I thank you, Cassandra, for helping me be there and tell the story, the complex story of my colonizer relations. This is a humongous moment to honor the works of all of our ancestors in their trauma, in their harmfulness, and in for their utter baby cries to survive. So here we go. Breathe deeply in through your nose. Listen to your body tell the story of your present life. Drop your shoulders and say, Ma. I love you, Cassandra. And now we move to this beautiful black beauty, Moon Magic, which is for manifestation. And I'm urged to tell all of you, do not deprive baby you that's just burst from the egg, their dreams. Do not deprive them of their dreams and their manifestations. Be with that in this waning moon time. We listen to that quartz crystal bead and say, hark, shake well to sound the bell which activates our spell. Allow your dreams and your manifestations to surround baby you in this present moment. Breathe deeply in through your nose. Let your shoulders drop and say, Ma. Are you making some sweet animal sounds when you inhale? Please say yes. Let's move on now to sweetness of aura. I love you so much. I have been back to my basics yesterday in my sorrow. And I opened my book of Federico Garcia Lorca poems. And my best friend gave me a gorgeous book of poetry that's in Spanish on one side and English on the other. So each page has both languages, Federico Garcia Lorca's native tongue in Spanish and then an English translation, which not all of it translates. I love their work. My best friend brought them to my life. It's gorgeous, glorious Spanish queer poetry. Lorca feeds this brew as I always sing and speak Lorca poetry because I've been immersed in that gorgeous Spanish poetry. My life has been renewed from everything that's happening worldwide as Spain is hit so hard by the pandemic. And I'm in pain. I'm in pain about that. And yet I still am living into the springtime moment. So I'm invoking my spirit guides and earthly lovers as I create this gossamer halo overhead. Breathing deeply in through my nose and exhaling through my sweet lips, Ma. I am here in my pleasure and pain with you. So, honey loves, we jump in. Now is the time for me to share with you the things that have brought me back to life. We have a wonderful covener who created a playlist for me yesterday, which began my journey back to the living, back to the impulse to burst from the egg and live inside this spring, inside of the complexity of my need to survive. And they created a Spotify playlist that I shared on my Instagram stories yesterday. So Erica, I love you so much. Thank you so much. In a moment, we created a distant psychic band that we're in together. And they started and they're still adding songs to this playlist. It's so beautiful. I'm just so in love with you, Erica. Thank you so much. And then the art began. The works began just flooding from within, not without, not in that frat of Mark Zuckerberg telling me when I can and can't have my music sticker. It was the work that fed me from within myself, not without. And so I have a relationship with someone that lives nearby that I hope you all go follow on Instagram. And they go by Al D. Norman. They're Albertina Norman, and they live here in Orange County, and they're a radical, visionary artist. Oh, did you hear that crow? It wasn't a caw. They did that clicking with their tongue. That was a perfect timing. Albertina's an amazing artist. They create themselves as a canvas and walk into these worlds and create a spell with their body. I have begged them many, many times to photograph me, and we've come up with some wild concepts. They would love to create a work of the movie The Exorcist with me as the primary person in that scene. Now that we're in isolation, we can't do it, but Albertina and I for years have been musing together, and they brought an artist to my life, which I've been in conversation right up to the moment this broadcast came through today. So that first artist that I'm sharing with you is Al D. Norman. Albertina, I love you so much. I'm not sure if you're here, sweetheart, but I love you so, so much. Albertina is friends, well, let the dogs howl, with the fabulous, Spanish is not my first language, so I don't want to butcher their name, but I'm going to put it all in the description. All of these artists, including you, dear Edgar, will be in the description of this video. Mis Papalicos is in my life now, and someone that I'm actually in love with. Now, I want to tell you about fast, hot love that violently bursts through the egg. It's real. I had that wild love with so many of you that I've not met in the flesh. And now with the way our life is changing and our world is changing, maybe we won't meet in the flesh. Does that make our love less real? Absolutely not. So Mis Papalicos is someone that I'm actually in love with now. And you must go follow them on Instagram. They're an amazing fashion blogger, and they're friends with Albertina, and they love each other. I feel that love. And Mis Papalicos has saved me in the way that they create what they term today's composition. And they also create these spells with their looks. And you'll see me in brighter colors today, inspired by Mis Papalicos. I absolutely love you. When you deep dive into the link in their bio and move over to the space of their blog, you will be so blessed with the poetry of their movement and their words. They're an amazing creatrix, and I'm actually in love. And I would like to share with you the description that they sent me in a direct message on Instagram. So listen, I might bag on that frat party that Mark Zuckerberg has created over there on Instagram. And I want to also tell you that I may have slipped in the back door of that frat party that I might not actually be invited to. But I'm still at that party. And I still know you because of that party. Because if I wouldn't have met Hype Priestess through that Instagram party, and Luna Nate through Hype Priestess, and had fun with my real friends in real life that I know from real life, like Albertina, and we are able to nurture our relationship in that ridiculous frat party that none of us were invited to, I'm certain, because we don't look right or sound right. We're still together in that space. So I will tell you the wonderful direct messages that Mis Papalicos and I were sharing just before our broadcast today. Oh, I shared them in my stories today. They're spectacular. And I told them today that they're my darling, precious friend, and they said I am too. And they thanked me for my kindness and support, which is ridiculous because they have 130,000 followers on Instagram and a blue check. And I said that Albertina is my favorite person and lovingly brought them to me. And that I said that I would share them today with our worldwide coven. And that I said, I'm humbly asking you to translate mis papalikos. I said, sadly, I only speak English like a typical Californian. I have massive respect for your art and would love to share your magic correctly. And then they got back to me and said, mis papalikos means literally my little papers, referring to cutouts. I used to keep inspiring paper cutouts. Papel, iko, equals small papers, and stick them on notebooks. That's why they called it mis papalikos. When I opened my blog more than 10 years ago, I called it mis papalikos. And then they said, I do not know if I explained myself well, with some laughing faces. We went on for happy things that we say. Please carry inside of you the happiness and the confidence and the joy of femmes that are no longer in their 30s and maybe no longer in their 40s. In my case, in my 50s, there's a confidence that we have from our survival. And I welcome you to embody the confidence of a 54-year-old femme and mis papalikos and their artwork and magic. They're amazing. And I love them so, so much. I don't even know if they have a YouTube channel. Other folks that I must share with you is the incredible Sarah Potter, who has a magic modality in their tarot and in their space that they term their color magic. And they're giving me so much life right now. I had a reading from them at Open Eye Crystals 2-year anniversary. I've talked about them in this space. I love them so, so much. I just saw them from afar at the Witches Confluence in San Francisco last October. And I just adore them. And I also am about sending them lots of kisses on my direct messages. Many of you hear me talk about my beloved Makara Center for the Arts, which is a radical creature that is changing and shape-shifting before our eyes. I hold so much love in my actual animal body because I have a real love relationship for the founder and director, Maritza Rubio, who is a writer, and they have amazing works that are right now, I feel, it's in my magic, going to be published very soon because they have radical works of fiction that are, I know, being born right now in violence bursting through the egg. So please follow Maritza Rubio over on Instagram as well, and Makara Center for the Arts, and hold space for how that creature is shape-shifting. The Makara is a creature that has many modalities of a peacock and an eagle, and I believe even a lion. I'm not totally positive all the shapes they take, but crocodile is one of the big shapes that they create as well. The Makara is something that is really near and dear to me and inspired my outfit today, as well as mis papalikos in their radical color magic that they create. And I love you, Maritza. I cannot wait to read your works once they're published and anytime you send them to me, because I'm ready for that magic in the world. I also have to hold space for how I even know Albertina, how I even know Maritza Rubio, is through the incredible Chulita Vinyl Club Santa Ana and my wonderful, beautiful Reyes sisters, which are Michelle and Jacqueline, and Steph, of course. I love your family so, so much. Chulita Vinyl Club Santa Ana is a creation that Michelle and Jackie, the Reyes sisters, have together. It's all femme Latinx vinyl that is spun with radical intention. They're amazing. So Jackie, I hope you're here. I love you. I know you're working your butt off right now, and our whole coven surrounds you and your entire family with love and magic. All right, sweethearts. Maritza brought into my life and Edgar's life via me the amazing, no longer living in their animal body, but living through their grandson's body here in Orange County, Leonora Carrington. Do you know the artist Leonora Carrington? I'm going to have a quick little sip here. The Leonora Carrington Instagram is cared for by their grandson who lives here in Orange County. And I know them from the incredible space that Maritza Rubio created with tarot and tea at their amazing Makara Center for the Arts. I know Daniel, which is Leonora's grandson, because they come to tarot and tea like myself. They've come to Tarot Fest, which was created over at Makara Center for the Arts by Precious Jonathan, who's so amazing, and the Tarothon for Justice, which I created, which is an invention from the Golden Dome School, and Eliza Swan generously gave me all the sort of agency and directions for how to create a Tarothon. My sweetheart and I had some strange money fall into our life this last year, and we knew that we needed to give it away, and we needed to create more love in the world with some of this money. So I got my hip replaced. My kids got braces, and we created Tarothon for Justice and Makara Center for the Arts. And Chulita Vinyl Club Santa Ana volunteered to spin records at this really special space. I hold space for everybody that created works there. We celebrated Marcella Kroll's book, which they had just came out with. That's another wonderful person to follow on Instagram. All of the readers that were there were amazing. Sarah Faith Gottesdiener came and shared space there. The wonderful Diana Rose Damashena was a reader there. Yamada, I think I'm saying your name correctly, Tender Wolf Tarot, the amazing friend of mine whom I adore, Leah Garza, Crystals of Altamira, who also has We Are Power Crystals podcast with their partner in the podcast, Jason, who has Blue Rose Botanica. It's just, there's so many folks, and I will go through and painstakingly create space in the description for all of these artists, which are really saving my life and my grief right now. And they're part of this worldwide coven. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody who held space. At the last minute, we had a few people drop out as volunteer readers. And wonderfully, Marcella brought their friend along too, and they've got a really beautiful name. I can't remember their name is Simone. So I will also put Simone in there, that in the literal last second, like in the last 30 minutes before our Tarothon, and we had people pre-booked, they came in and saved the day. So thank you, Simone. I will create space here for you too. One of our coveners here, who is named Nicole Bikes and Beakers. I love you so much, Nicole. They created all the coordination of the space with literally about 5 minutes notice, figured out a way that we could book everybody and quietly have all the generous readers booked from the folks that came for readings. And our wonderful Fettle Witch, Izzy, who's a covener here that you see in the chat often, did all the retail sales, which was all volunteered from folks. We also had the amazing Anna, who is wondrous in LA, was a reader there too. They read the Akashic Records. And if I'm forgetting anyone, will you please let me know? It's possible that, I forgot someone in this moment. I also want to let you know that the wonderful Dr. Rosales Mesa, who is a friend of mine, deep in my soul, who's an amazing creatrix over on Instagram, also gave a talk, an intuitive talk. They're an empath, and they're also disabled and an HSP. They hold amazing space on Instagram. I'm encouraging them to start a YouTube channel as well. So I will create a link to that. That was all folks that helped out with that Tarothon for Justice. It used to be called Tarothon for Migrant Justice. And wonderful Michelle, who's the half of the, or part of the Chulita Vinyl Club, Santa Ana, started calling it Tarothon for Justice, which I love. So that is a wheel within a wheel within a wheel. I'm turned on to Leonora Carrington's work and know their grandson who holds that space for their beautiful Instagram page. And simply through Maritza Rubio sharing with me their magical works, I wasn't aware. As a decades-long tarot reader, I wasn't aware of Leonora Carrington and their radical artwork and their fascination and reverence for the tarot. They were dear friends in real life in Mexico with Remedios Vados. And I know them also through Maritza Rubio. So I will create tags and descriptions that you'll be able to consume through the weekend. I consider this weekend to be a big feast for all of us in our worldwide coven, no matter what your spiritual space is that you hold in your practice and in your body. Oh, and it's raining much, much harder now. It's the straight down big droplets right now, not the sideways droplets and not the banging droplets, the large droplets. It looks like gumdrops and pennies from heaven. I also wanted to tell you too that through Sarah Faith Gottesdiener, we were having a nice little lunch at our house one day, and the guys had run off. My sweetheart was dropping off Boone on a date that they had, and it was just Bird and Sarah and I drinking tea or wine. You can guess which one I was drinking. Both. I was just having a good time, and they gave their beautiful shirt. They have really fun shirts. And Bird, would you, is Bird on our broadcast right now, sweetie? Can you bring your witch's shirt from Sarah out, baby? I'll show you the shirt. It shows Hilma Af Clint. Do you know Hilma Af Clint? A radical, beautiful artist who I know of through Sarah, who at that wonderful session we sat together, and she gave us basically like a wonderful art talk all about Hilma Af Clint. And there's a beautiful YouTube channel over here by Rash Tramble called Stay Woke Tarot. And they're occasionally in this space too in the chat. And they have a wonderful little talk utilizing a big art book that their partner gave them about Hilma Af Clint. They're over in Zurich, and they had been to a museum sort of show of Hilma's, and Hilma has some amazing esoteric works that they divined in a small group of people. And they had inside, do you have the witch's shirt, baby? Oh, can you grab it, Boone? I'm so sorry. Something spilled? It's the shirt, Sarah's shirt. It's okay. No big deal, you guys. I think they might have spilled something that they're cleaning up in the room. That's okay. Boone, Boone. The YouTube video that Rash created at Stay Woke Tarot all about Hilma Af Clint, I will also put in the description of our video. So this is a weekend for radical magic. This is a weekend for color magic. This is a weekend to celebrate art spells in everything that we do. This is a weekend to surround ourselves in the works of magic makers. And the work that we're creating today is all about creating these works that we will, again, use that incantation of AMM Coven 2020 to show each other these works of magic. Now, I don't think I can put things in a hashtag in my stories and have you see them, because I went to the hashtag of AMM Coven 2020 and only posts showed each other's work there. So I think it has to be in a regular post that you show that works of magic. But let's keep our works bright and violently alive as we work together and nurture each other through the horrors that we're experiencing right now of life and death commingled as winter becomes spring in North America and even in South America. as they're giving way to their winter soon. It's an intense time right now. And we've never, ever needed each other more at a strange distance. So I'm holding space for all of our kind of violent awakenings that we're having right now and all the ways that we're staying alive. So before we get into our moon tarot, let's call in the four corners, shall we? And sweetie, Boone, can you come here, honey? The rain's a little teeny bit loud. I think what I'll do is I'll close this window in just a second. Boone, honey, can you give me just a quick hand, baby, so I don't have to interrupt?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could close that window right here. The rain's just getting so loud.
Yeah, it's really loud.
Thank you, baby. You're the
It's a
best.
whale.
Are you okay, sweetheart?
Stop.
Okay.
Just a few ants in the room.
Oh, so there's ants in our house that get driven in by the rain. They're seeking shelter, and they found our home. I'm so sorry, baby. I'll clean up in just a second with you, okay, honey?
It's under control.
Thank you, boo. All right, cuties. Today is a different day because we do not have candles to light. I am going to place our tarot deck beneath the space for our spirit in the center of our altar. And we will use our chime, which is wonderfully available and I think very gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? If you want to get a screen grab of that, isn't that pretty? I love this. We'll use this chime to call in the corners. All right, cuties, it's never been more real as you're hearing an ant attack in my house and my poor kids have to clean up and the rain is really coming down in buckets now. Now it's splashy rain that's banging off the garden in the backyard. So the drops got a lot bigger. So please connect now with your body, which is the direction of north, the element of earth. Earth is our bones, and earth is our life. Earth is the mountain. Earth is our food and our home, our altar, and our deep marrow of information that creates our animal body. Guardians of the watchtowers of the north, Earth, be here now. And now we turn towards the east, the element of air. Air is the information that traveled from you to me and from me to you. Air is the color that we see. It's the psychic messages that we know. It's our deep knowing. It's our night mind. And it's the dawn of new ideas, which are driving forward the healing that's created. Our communication is air. And I communicate to you now. Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the east air. Be here now. We turn now to the south node of our altar, the element of fire, that violent need to survive, the rattling in our bones, our blood magic, our essence and fire inside to create new life and to burst from the egg, to crawl from the egg to the shore, to find a way to make the spark smoke, smolder, and burst into flame for fire that warms us and purifies us. Guardians of the watchtowers of the south, fire. Be here now. We turn now to the west, the element of water that's raining down upon this worldwide coven now, that drove the army of ants into Bird's room. We honor you. Those beautiful droplets that communicate from person to person in sweet kisses that will always remain in our feelings, that gather in the corners of our eyes and burst forth, that flow through our body as we continue to build our immune system, that are the works that are moved through our body because we feel so protective of ourselves and our loves now. We lovingly prepare these works of drink and nourishment. West water, be here now. And now we turn towards the center of our altar. I do not know if this will fit in there. That was beautiful. Look, doesn't she look like a beautiful orb of knowing that's bursting from the sensuousness of this glass flower? What a meditation. Just this. And this alone is a beautiful meditation. And it illuminates this burn mark on my finger from cooking so many meals, from washing my hands and cooking so many more meals. Spirit of life, we are you and you are us. Life is real. Magic is real, and spirit is real. Spirit of life, center of our altar, be here now. A lot going on right now. How's everybody holding up? We doing okay? Let's all have a nice aggressive sip of our brew, shall we? Sips brew aggressively. Wow. How are we all holding up? Have a second here to state, as we're between worlds, what is your favorite color? I must know. Let's speak this rainbow into existence. For as witches, as folks that are energy workers, I can't imagine you're not in this space because you don't have your own gift to share. Let's create that bridge for those souls to pass through and over and ride to the great beyond, where they find their way back to Gaia, where they nestle into the earth and make the earth more fecund with knowledge and wisdom that we grow from. We create this rainbow bridge right now for folks to cross over. When we speak our favorite colors, let's do that now as we are between worlds. Oh, pepper for the ants. Oh, thank you, Teresa. What would I do without you, cute heart? Oh, you're so wonderful. Kat in Poland, thank you for saying definitely pink. I love pink as well. And Jessica, turquoise. I've seen turquoise on your altar, Jessica. Oh, thank you. Yes, the lip color. I had to have a contrast of orange And I was inspired by Mis Papalikos. I want to say that very correctly because I'm in love with them, and they have ways in their composition of the day where they'll put a color on. They said, here's my pop. You know, I love my pop. Neon, 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 neon. I'm so in love with their inspired wild tongue when they create their magic for us. So this is inspired by the orange that they put on beneath their leopard dress the other day. This lip is inspired. I had to have that contrast of this peacock green and blue with this orange lip. Thank you so much, cute heart. Oh, and peachy pastel pink is your kind of pink. I love that. I love ballet slipper pink. I love hot sex pink. And that's the color in my label here. This is my hot sex pink, which is created for my best friend when we sat through an entire weekend creating those labels together. Oh, it's a bespoke color. And oh, good. Heather, I love you, sweetheart. I love that you love purple. And Martin loves orange. That's so awesome. And Cassandra loves yellow. I'm so blown away by that. Dahlia, hydromancy, activated, gold and purple surround me. Dahlia, I love you so much. Can you believe they took my music sticker? Honestly, fuck this frat party. Oh, sweetie. Okay, here we go. Oh, gold as a second favorite color. That's wonderful. Thank you, Kat. Okay. 80s girl. Hello, fluorescent neon, neon, neon. So beautiful. All right, let's get into MoonTarot, shall we? Gorgeous. I cannot wait to see the rainbow that we create as a two-way street for souls to speak to us, for wisdom of ancestors. And now I'm having that hydromancy right there with you, Dahlia, because I feel you and your mama. And I feel everyone that's passing now. And I feel the great choice and responsibility that we have together in welcoming them to create that traveling journey from their animal body and their luminous body's separation. As those commingled bodies vibrate and have their radical shift away from one another, and their luminous form travels on that rainbow bridge. I feel that choice and responsibility. I choose the responsibility of being here to create that rainbow that they travel with and speak to us. And so I feel very pierced in my heart at being able to be the body for the work to pierce me and flow through to our worldwide coven. Oh, cuties, I've been shuffling these puppies just endlessly. So can we all, of course, I just saw the death card roll through. Of course, you know that I feel your trust in the way that I create this MoonTarot space. And I may or may not shuffle for a long time. I don't know how it's going to go for creating MoonTarot works for individuals today. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to see how the ant attack goes. I'm going to get on that red pepper as well. Are you talking about the ones that you put on your pizza? Because that's the ones that I'm thinking you mean, Teresa. And Teresa, oh, we'll be a house of fire when we're together, won't we? Okay, cuties, here we go. We're just going to make and create a little space here, cuties. Feel most comfortable and welcome. I don't have a tissue because I know the kids are busy with the ants. I always have to end up using my fit, today's composition. As Mis Papalikos would say, today's composition is my tissue for my eyes. Cuties, so let's dig in. It's so wonderful to be together, isn't it? And it's so special to be witches. We will tilt the screen down and see what our view is today. This is such a cute fit. I really just want you to see that there's gossamer layers to this fit, right? And I'll break the deck into 3, and you can see these gossamer layers. Aren't they fabulous? There's many gossamer layers to this fit, and it's giving me life. Thank you for complimenting my backdrop. I think it was you, Kat. It's just a screen that my sweetheart threaded some lights through for me, and I'm very happy about that. So thank you. It's chilly, so I had to wear a little layer with my composition. So yes, you can witness this left-handed move back into 1. There we go. And here we go with our Moon Tarot. Oh, Aries, you friggin' adorable drama queen. Leah Garza is an Aries, honey. Who's the Aries up in here in this group? I just love it so much. And also, I contributed to a deck. I'm going to actually tell you about this. I think that they're going to start a Kickstarter for it. Sarah at Shop the 8th House created a deck called Stories. And I wrote a story that they utilize through a constellation. And I tell the story of, I don't want to get it wrong, Orion. They'll be starting a Kickstarter for that. It's a really special, beautiful deck. The artwork is gorgeous. And I actually created this card for Orion and a corresponding story, but it's their gorgeous artwork. And so I actually have an upright divination for this card and a reversal, because you know me with my life and death and pleasure and pain, the duality of it all. So I just wanted to let you know that that's happening. And they're in Aries. It was their birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Sarah. Love you so much, cutie. Not really sure if you ever visit any of our live streams, but we're dragging you here anyways, cutie. So, Aries, here we go. Moon Tarot. You've got the left tilted Queen of Cups. The left tilted Queen of Cups. Reminding me to drink. Sweethearts, that left tilted Queen of Cups pulls me back to wonderful Dahlia's hydromancy, the hydromancy of water, divining through water. Please, if you have the ability to revisit Edgar's fabulous spell from January 2020, which was our very first full moon, do so. I will link the Coven space, the worldwide Coven space, and the live stream that we created. Edgar's very, very involved in that chat. I just love them so much. I can't even tell you. The way that they work with their ancestors, and their knowledge is so vast. Do you want to know what's even more vast than their knowledge? Their generosity. So I will generously tell you in this space via Dahlia, who also loves Edgar. Dahlia, I believe that hydromancy and the wisdom of this work is flowing through you now. I believe that this Queen of Cups is telling us to feel those feelings and do it loudly. I think we're just dreaming up this safety that we're creating to be in a world where we can feel our feelings loudly. Don't give up those dreams to feel your feelings and live in this world. So Aries, don't give up on your feelings. All right, Taurus cuties, it's almost your season. This is the reversed world card. I could just burst into tears more and more. I know that the world's upside down right now. And because of that, we can shake things up now, can't we? So this is all about feeding the soil right now, which you are an expert at, Taurus, with your fabulous air signness, with your Venusian beauty. dig in and feed the soil. The foundational work that you need to do is everything. If you start to feel like you're spinning out in your mind, take it back to your body. I love you so much, honey. I know that the world's upside down. It's okay. We got one job, and it's to survive. Gemini. All right, cuties. You've got the High Priestess, the key to High Priestess. So this is our second major arcana in the row after a Queen. This is feeling pretty damn grand right now. So thank you, Gemini, for staying so sturdy on your pillars right now. Both of the twins of you, the duality of pleasure and pain and life and death. Your wisdom is so divine right now. Let it flow. And don't be surprised if this is a thing that kind of keeps you up at night. And please don't worry about your disordered sleeping. Okay, Cancer. Sweethearts, this is the Three of Swords right tilted. There's a bit of a fight that needs to go down right now. It looks contractual, Cancer. It looks like there's a contractual battle that needs to be won right now. So mind your contracts before our next Mercury retrograde, okay, cutes? Love you. Leo, here we go. This is another royal card. So this is our Page of Cups to go with our Queen of Cups. This is time right now, Leo, for you to really learn and just be so good at learning. Have the way that you learn be your full-time job right now. Every time I see those cups, I just gotta hit it. Can that be a new coven rule? Every time we have a cups card, can everybody aggressively sip? Aggressive witch's brew sipping. So this Page of Cups is telling you, Leo, to learn how to learn better than you've ever learned before. Virgo. Sweethearts, this is the right tilted, or in real life, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is upon us. So you're very, very actively and passionately creating new elements to weave together into your new life. So right now, you just have to be all wholeheartedly about collecting your spell elements. This is an active time for you to be collecting. Please don't be so fussy about this dreaming of the ultimate truth at the end of the recipe. Because remember, we spice as we go, don't we? We always have to taste the recipe and spice as we go. You're collecting your spell elements right now, cuties. This is for Virgo. All right, so Libra, honeys. So Libra, there's another page, the Page of Wands now. We seem to be traveling in groups now. This Page of Wands is a left tilt. I have to say that this shows an aggressiveness, this bursting forward for you right now, Libra. You must burst forward and be aggressive in everything you're doing right now. So I remember when my kids did their junior lifeguard program here in my beach town in Orange County. They were taught to enter the water with speed and aggression. That's how lifeguards enter the water. By the way, that's why it's so hot, because they're entering the water with speed and aggression. So Libra, speed and aggression is needed right now. Be aggressive. Be aggressive in everything that you're undertaking with your childlike imagination. Scorpio. Okay, cuties, opposite day. You've got the left tilted Seven of Swords. You got to think it through right now, Scorp. It's time for you to just muse. And if it comes up, excuse me one second. Very healthy and well, but I haven't been a big crier in my life. That's come later in my life, so I'm not that good at it. So when tears come, it usually gets a little bit stuck right there in my throat. So thank you for bearing with me here. The Seven of Swords, Scorp, is saying when you get to the part where the pain shows up in your musing, apply pleasures. You do not get any extra points for suffering more. apply pleasures that you receive through art and music and air-based pleasures when the pain shows up as you muse. Sagittarius, you've got the straight up more royalty. You've got the straight up Knight of Cups. Okay, everybody drink. This is our drinking game now. Our coven has a drinking game. Mine is rated G today, but this is our drinking game. As cups show up, we all drink. This is our Knight of Cups in a very upright position for you, Saggy. Saggy, you really need to ask for helpers. You know, like do this in a way where it's very delightful. Excuse me, I'm scooching up just a little bit so you can see that very clearly. Again, you're really, really good at pounding the pavement and making it happen. Now it's time for you to be really, really, really good at nurturing your feelings and asking for help. You're good at asking for help too. So perhaps this comes in a package where you're not just riding that turtle, you're beginning this journey of receiving help by offering help. Okay, complex, Capricorn. Here we go. You've got the right tilted justice card. This is key 8, right tilted justice card. Right tilted justice card for Capricorn is perfect because really you're just so good at doing. We're coming up on that beneficial and pleasant for you Taurian season. And in this Taurus season, you're going to be able to administer so much physical help. So right now, I think it's time for you to just dream up the works that you would like to create soon. And right now, it's time for you to just make sure your body's in great working order. So the works that you're dreaming up for Taurus season are very fortified with your health. Okay, so be very healthy right now and get ready because Taurus season is your season right now to dig in and be a big, big help in social justice causes. All right. Aquarius, here we go. Well, it had to happen. The death card. So Aquarius, number 13, death card in the left tilt. First of all, can somebody take a screen grab of this, please? The color magic is just beyond. The color magic of this moment is beyond. Death is upon us, my loves. It's a psychic death because we cannot be with those bodies that are shifting now and leaving this plane. No one can be with them but the incredible medical professionals and helpers. So as a coven, through the Aquarian wildness, let's receive directions for how to be with them. Now, air sign is Aquarius, looking like water as the water bearer. Aquarius, you know the way that we can connect with these loved ones in their death journey. So please, please tag us in posts using that incantation of AMM Coven 2020 and show us the way that we can soothe and be excellent stewards and death midwives for these folks that are leaving without their loved ones. Let them feel our love. Show us the way to do that, Aquarius. Wow. Pisces. All right. Straight up 8 of Cups. Everybody drink. I love that we have a drinking game now at our frat party. 8 of Cups. Darling Pisces, 8 of Cups. This is the way that you can partner and dance with others in your knowing for how to ride these waves. Excuse me. Gather with others and show us the way to ride the waves. Because this is not our first plague, sweethearts. It's just the plague that we're in right now. So we connect with the past and the present to build a future. And in doing that, we're in this infinite dance of life and death. Pisces, I'm literally begging you to show us how to ride your waves, because you know you're in the deepest part of the ocean. You know how to be in these depths. Please share. Thank you. Oh, that was wonderful. I'm going to pour some more brew, because could we have had any more cups than that? How's everybody doing in their drinking game? What's everybody drinking today? Share with the coven. Has everybody seen the film Like Water for Chocolate? I hope so. I'm literally still not sure if we're going to be doing MoonTarot. I'll kind of leave it up to the group and see who's handy. Oh, CWP, love you with your purple and orange. I love purple. Oh, I'm glad Jackie's here. Everyone's special love for Jackie and their radical works. They're an essential frontline worker. I know that the word essential worker is very triggering for folks, and I do understand that, because my sweetheart is an essential worker that puts themselves at risks. And I do see all these battles that are starting behind the scenes among folks that are allied, calling each other out for even saying, how are you? Now, some folks are calling that harmful. I want to hold space for all of us in every place that we are, to help filter the magic that's coming to us with the one single incantation: friendlies only. Let the spirit magic that makes it through the lattice-like filter around you have friendlies only, so the magic that reaches you works for you. Jackie, we love you so much in the works that you're creating in the world. Just feel that love, okay, sweethearts? Yay. All right, so here we go, cuties. How's everybody doing? Aw, love this. I know we have a drinking game. I'm so love this. Yes, go with the flow, says Rose. I love this. Thank you. Maya over Matter, we're new buddies today, and I shared what you were sharing on Instagram today. If you wouldn't mind saying your post in the chat if I get this wrong, well, I'll just go to it now and I'll show you. Maya over Matter created something adorable today, which I've shared on my stories. And it's really cute and it's really powerful and it speaks to what I'm saying. Be the shit without shitting on anyone else. Succinct. Love that. Thank you so much, Maya over Matter. How's everybody doing? Oh, Celeblin, it's good to see you. Oh, you just woke up. I love that so much. Oh, Tatiana, I love you so much. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm not certain if you've been here through our concatenation and creation of a rainbow bridge that we are consciously creating together by stating our favorite color, or any color that's favored to you now, that we're creating for souls to travel within and without as they create that radical, violent change. And it's a transition. And I know about transitions. I've given birth to 2 animals, and I did this by choice and by magic without any drugs. It was just something I wanted to do, and praise Goddess that it worked for me. It's a humongous privilege and an honor. There is a moment in birth at around 7 centimeters called transition. Ooh, and I just had a big memory of it. So hydromancy needed. Where it's the shortest period of time that feels insurmountable. And in that transition, you suddenly are on the other side, and a different kind of chemistry happens in your body of pleasure that allows you to go those last centimeters to give birth and let a living animal rip through your body. So we're now recognizing that transitions happen in birth and death. And transition of death as a luminous light spirit body and animal body that are in your living body together and knit so closely For some of us, it's difficult to decipher one from another. When we die, our animal and luminous body have a violent transition. I call it violent with reverence. That doesn't speak to suffering. It speaks to transition, a vibration. Violence is vibration, where the luminous and spirit animal bodies separate. I saw it in my babies when they were born as our bodies separated. I saw it when my glorious animal familiar died before our eyes as her animal and luminous body separated. And I'm feeling it consciously now because we can't see those that are dying now. None of us can physically in our animal bodies surround their animal body in this change. So Tatiana, my love, we're creating with color magic a rainbow space for all those souls to feel our love and support as they travel to the mysterious, great, amazing, known and unknown. Because we do know that Goddess Earth and Gaia receive their information, wisdom, bones. Even if those bones are scorched and burned to ashes, we all return. And we're creating that rainbow bridge right now for that fabulous journey and that wild return. Tatiana is an amazing creatrix. They are someone that I adore in a way that I can't describe, but it feels maternal. And they create a psychic weather report that changed my life 2 years ago when they came into my life. I will link Tatiana's Instagram information. They also have an incredible podcast called Cosmic Fire that they create with their brilliant partner, DK Brainerd. And I don't know if I said that correctly, but they're an astrologer. They're both amazing. They had an Instagram live on Christmas Day that my family was able to experience together. And it was my big first outing after my prosthetic hip implant. And I believe that it was life-changing on many levels. They're geniuses. I really live very particularly for Tatiana's psychic weather report. And so please just, I don't even know, Tatiana, if you do the hashtag psychic weather report on those posts, but I'm imagining you could go in just like my actual love relationship with mis papalicos with their daily composition of the day. You look at that hashtag and you will be brought into a world of magic. You'll do the same with Tatiana's psychic weather report. Darlings, I do want you to know that now that we have an official hydromancy drinking game, whenever the cups show up in our MoonTarot, we also have a sacred element in the utter simplicity of this copper penny, which is the official circle symbol of our worldwide coven. That each and every time you encounter that single simplicity of this copper penny, and really honestly, I name and claim all copper as our magic element. For it's what connects us through wire and satellite, an abundance in circle of floating stones, where we connect and we nurture each other, we soothe each other, we feed each other. And now we consciously midwife and care for the dead and dying. Please keep this upon your altar and keep this as your deepest knowing that when this is encountered, we are together, and feel my love and feel our love in this space. I really want you to know, honeys, that I'm sending you all my love and magic. Please remember that magic is your birthright, and Everything's a spell. This is my spell. That's all for today, honeys.